Chicago, a lost king. AKs mean all killers, king, all kings. All leg, on head, king. A lost king. You are Allah, Islam, a lost king.
You are Allah, Allah is you. You are the law, walking in the law.
Respect. King, all killers, king.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Fabric of paper, ink and legends, lace. Got rich the back of our labels, so I back the behavior. I take the sword as a slave. I shahada, so word to Allah. Good Lord, I'm a say I'm the alpha and omega. The DNA had the data.
Period. The DNA got the data, the source, the true source.
King, all kill, lost king, fucking gang banger. A lost blessings. Show them that it was a king. A lost king. A lost king.
If y'all don't wake up, y'all gonna stay lost. Y'all gonna be caught up in this matrix and be used as source data for what is available if you do not know how to control it and assume your strength and walk in who you are. Period. Slow niggas stand. Leave people down the wrong damn road.
This whole world is hard as frozen a block of ice. The AK is a kiss, the antichrist and the crime. Acidic and alkaline, American medic mind. Our medic mind was a king of mine, the skin is blind. The angelic crystal mind, the all-knowing one killer. I ate like Kong King Gorilla. Broke a code out in the winter, it was Chinchilla. And killed the king shine, slack shot out the chinchilla. Aladdin and Kundalini.
Wake up out this lost ass world, I'm telling you, y'all sleep.
Upon a magic carpet ride with powers like Houdini. See me walking across the water without being. See man walking across the water without being. They kings mean all kill Allah, we all kings. A lost king, show the man that was a king. A lost king, killed the man that was a king. A lost king, killed the man that never seen. And AK mean all killers, king, we all kings. AK mean all killers, king, we all kings. AK mean all killers, king, we all kings. AK mean you was a lost killer, a law, or you was a lost killer, king. Hear me. A lost Rastas, respect, a lost honor. Thy mother and thy father and thy neighbor. Respect your behavior. Hear me.
It's only for those who got ears to hear, and the understanding and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are so lost in the artificial world, they don't know where they coming or going from. You feel me? They don't know if they caught up in the matrix. They're part of the matrix, being used, usurped. Their energy is so everywhere. They do not even know how to utilize it or take control of it. If you do not know who you are, know how to walk in your standing in the place of who you are, you will continue to be lost. You'll be running down the yellow brick road and never know that you are walking on the gold. You are stated to be in a mental stagnation of indoctrination, religion, governance, and under the law, and standing over the law and utilizing it. You know, we have these people that are out here burn the Bible, this and that, because they don't even know what the hell they talking about. I'm so tired of the ignorance in these streets. You try to give people the information or the knowledge to understand what they're talking about, and they don't even understand where the hatred is truly the love. When it comes to what is going on right now in this day, if you do not understand or understand law, know that you are the written law that came into this land. Do you know that your birth certificate, when you came in and you were shipped or docked through your mom's womb, that created your birth certificate? You are under a straw system. This is where the concept of Christ in the manger is, right? You're talking about Christ in the manger, that is putting the Christ spirit, the person, the man, the true soul, the life of a person into a physical being, which would be the birth certificate, social security system. Now you are usurped as part of that judicial system. And until you know who you are, what you are, and know how to stand in and operate in the correct standing of law, then you will continue to be used. When you come out of the straw man aspect of things and know that you are the current, that you are the source, that you are the data that runs the continued cycle of everything that has to do with any corporation, any living situation, any standings, those things that you have that are able to give you the power, that gives you the leverage. When you see law, you know how you see those scales, right? The scales actually are showing you whether there's a knowledge that you are obtaining, right? You have to have a certain weight to balance that scale. You have to be founded in your mind mentally in order to stand in a physical and not be able to be stagnated, right? These people want to keep telling you about, oh, screw the Bible, screw this. The Bible gives you the information on the laws that you are up under and you can stand in. The laws of the Bible are put together to actually perpetrate a fraud on a person's system. The New Testament is actually a guidance or a law book of laws that are put in putting the straw man in place and helping to have the control over the governance of the body. When the person in themselves, their soul is the governance. You are the governance. You are the temple that actually rises to the occasion by what? Filling your head with knowledge. When you have the knowledge or the inner sense or the understanding to understand that the laws work for you and not against you, this is where you have power. This is where you come into the kingdom. This is where you are wise and not sitting weak and standing as a participant in a system that takes advantage of you because you don't know how to use it. The system will take advantage of you because if you don't know that you have the power and strength, if you don't know that if I stand in my proper standing and I let them know who I am, I don't let a person put a standing on me. No one can tell me who or what or where I am or where I came from. I am the person that knows that. I know my background. I know my genealogy. I know who I come from. I know the person that I am. I know that I have a standing in this land. Born into a system, right? When you're born into a system, there's a certain royalties that you have, right? The royalties of a system that came through your mother's womb. Those royalties are then put on paper and they're sent off or cast out to sea. And as you go out to sea, they're sent to a system where it is controlled and operated through there. Every time you're using your accruities, which is your data, which is your name, which is using your social, which is all accrued to a system to control and dominate you. When you use these things, right, there's a system utilized to take advantage of that. Now, the securities that are due to you that are under your name and under your social credibility is used to benefit another company or another source when you are the person that should be benefited from this source. You have the control over that source. You have to be the one to assume the credibility of that source and say, hey, I know who I am. I know the value of myself. And now I'm going to take the control over that. Hold on, governmental system. My mom was blinded and she put me into a system that I wasn't aware of. But now that I am aware of it, I am going to assume all the responsibilities that she did not take. So now that she wasn't aware and she didn't take the system and make it work for her and work for us, what I'm going to do now is take that system. So when I take that system and I turn it into something that's beneficial for me, I can create value for my descendants. I can make sure that they are going to walk into the knowledge and the things that I have that have been set in state for me from the beginning of time, from all of my ancestors. This is nothing new. This has been going on forever, that you have been used and usurped through a system of governmental source and data. Your data, which is everything that is your biological and your intellectual property, is being usurped through systems of corporation. The systems of corporation use a banking system to accrue those particular credits and sources for fiat currency, using that as a fundamental system against you. You are fundamentally stagnated because you are mentally aware of the system per se in order to use it, in order to step into it, in order to use it for your advantage, in order to take those securities and put them on your side and balance the scale, not letting it be used against you. Church and religion have nothing to do with governance of the mind. People are so confused in their mind that because they don't have the clarity on the law and how the law works for them to benefit them, they believe that the system itself has the control, but it does not. Until you know that you have the control and nothing can have the control over you, you are still lost. You're stagnated. You're stuck. You can say burn the Bible, burn the encyclopedia, burn down the Library of Congress, burn down whatever it is that you want to burn down. Even when burning down those things, if you don't know where you are, you're going to be standing in the midst of ashes because you don't even know what to do at that point. So it's not making sense to me how people can stand on things that are irrelevant about how important church is, this, and that. Who cares? I don't care about how important it is to a person. It doesn't even matter. It's about what they're understanding about that system being used against them. It's about if they're able to benefit themselves in that system. It's about if they're able to utilize the things that they have learned that the system's used against them and take it to benefit themselves. That's the only way that you can make a proper standing. When you're standing in yourself, when you're standing in the laws of the land, and knowing that you are the landing, your mom's womb was the landing, and you're standing in the law of the landing. When you came into the forbearance of life itself, when she bared the life to have you, that was a press down on the system. The press down on the system was now put into an security system, a social security system, a birthright system. And now those securities are added up and tallied up, and they are used against you, because now versus the weights being on your side, they're being balanced on another side. Because why? You are imbalanced in your mind. You are corrupted in your thinking. You have been indoctrinated to stay low in your mind and your vibrational state to actually resonate with the truth and the reality of this true life. You are not able to coincide with the things that will be able to take you out of this realm. You are not able to elevate yourself mentally. You are continually stagnated by the dumbfoundedness of information that doesn't even benefit you. Like literally, really. I'm gonna make this like so short, because I really don't even have a lot of time to speak on it. But if a person does not hear and discern from truth and reality, I really can't help them. You can argue with a person back and forth. You can try and explain things to them. They have so much knowledge and they know so dang much that you can't tell them nothing. They know what you're talking about. They know what you're saying. So if they did know these things, they wouldn't be in these situations and thinking that the government has control over them. If you believe and think the government has control over you, something is wrong with your brain. You're still stagnated. You really need to get out of the reality of a system that is bounding you and binding you to a false ascension of truth. So, like, I don't even know what to say. I just get so frustrated when I try to help people to get and see what's going on. And because they don't get it or they don't understand it, they think you're talking about something else. They'll change your words. They'll twist your words. They'll say something else, give the innuendo of another thought or ideology when they really don't even know what they're talking about. And study leading people down the wrong damn road. But if they want to stay on that road, go ahead and help your damn self. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because I'm just so astounded that people like to stay stuck and stagnant in ludicrousy.